August 1945, the world was introduced to a bomb, the likes of which have never been seen before. For the decades to follow, much of the world's attention would be focused on attempting to understand and unleash the immense world-changing power contained within the smallest particle of matter, the atom.
So far in this series, we've looked at some of the great change that people and events have achieved, such as the life of Aung San Suu Kyi and the apartheid regime in South Africa. But to achieve truly great, large-scale change, great power is needed. Power to shape, power to destroy, and power to influence both people and nature, for better or for worse. The atomic bomb is by far one of the most powerful tools that mankind has managed to create. Post-World War II, the great powers of this world were doing their best to show strength and assert dominance. The Americans won the nuclear race in 1945, ending World War II in the process, with the Soviets not far behind in 1949. The Pacific was a suitable testing ground for the Western powers due to its vast and sparsely populated area. The Australian mainland and surrounding islands fit the bill perfectly and subsequently held great appeal for the British.
Maralinga, which means Field of Thunder, was the site of 12 major British atomic tests from 1953 until 1957. Smaller nuclear experiments, over 500 in total, continued until 1963. The tests successfully gave Britain membership to the nuclear elite. For some, however, the price of saving their country was high. Concerns about safety have lingered for over 50 years. The life expectancy for the 20,000 British and Australian servicemen who served at Maralinga is only 55.5 years, primarily due to abnormally high cancer rates. It is estimated that up to a quarter of veterans' children are afflicted by birth defects or miscarriages. Only a few thousand remain to tell their stories. One of those, who has agreed to take part in this documentary series, anonymously.
You can't see radiation. You can't smell it. So we didn't even think about it.
Him and his colleagues were assigned the task of digging up scientific instruments buried 100 yards from ground zero, an hour after 3 detonations in 1957. Once their task was complete, they washed the dirt off their shovels and used them as frying pans.
In the last 3 months, 3 of my mates from 1957 have died from 3 different cancers, and the 4th has got prostate cancer.
Maralinga was located in a fenced-off area the size of England. Despite claims that Aborigines were in no danger, or not even present in the area, servicemen regularly saw them wandering in the Maralinga Ford Zone. Those found were involuntarily hosed off and excluded from the area.
Well, I didn't know it was big community. Used to be in 40s, late 40s and early 50s.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
The bang was one big one, but sounded like other little bangs in between. And the ground shook. Then mid-morning, we seen the radiation full out, what we're calling it, black smoke. Couldn't see the sun. It was like a light cloud, and it went across. And after that, a lot of people got sick.
Neither the Australian nor British governments have been proactive in correcting the damage they have caused. Unfortunately, as Lester admits, it is difficult to prove a direct link between Maralinga and the high cancer rates. Only 29 people have ever received any form of compensation. Calls to perform an act of grace and switch the burden of proof have been denied.
It's easy to look at just the big picture when it comes to nuclear weapons. Sure, wars can be won and lost through their use, and they're an extremely powerful tool in any nation's arsenal. But for people such as those affected by the Maralinga tests, there is a lot more to the story. The world's some 20,000 Brits and Australians have been well and truly changed, and we can only be grateful that, at least for now, this immense, world-changing power is dormant once again.